older stuff. Let me do that. Mm. Cool. A collab. I guess, yeah. Generally got like then however you want to do the tail. Some people get real noodly with the tails, but some people keep the idea of like a fused leg and then go like that, so it's still, you know, chest, hips, thighs, and calves, and then where the feet would go out, you get the tail going. There's also the way where it's just like a continuation of the back, where some people will just make it like where there's just like the chest and then it does whatever. Hmm. Okay, so you're going some off some sort of species-based anatomy lore. Yeah. Although I do love to see speculations from people, like speculative anatomy and evolution, stuff like that, of people trying to see how mythological creatures would make sense in reality. Because it leads to some very funny results usually. Yeah. Ah, man, that reminds me of drawing projects that I've been sort of putting off because every time I think about it, I get intimidated by the amount of research that I would make myself do. But like, okay, so in the source, in the original Frankenstein book by Mary Shelley, what she's describing with Frankenstein putting the monster together isn't him picking entire completed parts of people. It's not like he's just getting a leg and attaching it to a complete thigh. No, this guy started from scratch. In the book, it says that, which is written as his journal, is written from the viewpoint of Victor Frankenstein. He says that like he literally started from scratch. I'm paraphrasing, and he says that his the primary places where he got materials were slaughterhouses and charnel houses. Slaughterhouses are for animals, horses and cows and deer and whatnot. Charnel houses are where they would deal with human remains. So there's a mix of human and animal parts in there. The guy definitely had like fucking horse bones. He also made the guy 8 feet tall and proportional. And you're not going to be able to make an 8 foot tall human proportional with just spare parts you find lying around. So this guy definitely had things like horse and cow bones and probably organs too. Just like a real mishmash of stuff. And there's some interpretations where he just finds a really tall guy. I feel like that would have been a lot harder to get away with because he did this whole thing in secret in his apartment. Don't know how anyone didn't notice the smell, but it was the Victorian era, so I just didn't notice. But anyway, I wanted to like do a little bit of research into seeing what types of bones could be put together theoretically to make an 8 foot tall humanoid figure using bones and organs of different like livestock and parts of humans. Yeah, every time I think of that, I'm like, oh my god, I'd actually have to do a lot of research into anatomy and which like it'll be fun when I get around to it. I like researching that kind of thing, but my brain won't let me right now, so just an idea I'm holding on to. I want to try to draw an idea of what something like that would look like. Yeah, so it's like if someone wanted to do something like that, they'd either have to do like Victor Frankenstein did in the book and take literally any living pieces and put together different materials. They could synthesize materials because it's the modern age. We could have a modern Frankenstein. Uh, or, just try to reanimate something. But, like, yeah, in the book, it was never about reanimating just a dead specimen. It was about creating life using parts from dead things. And it's in a way reanimating because the things used to be dead, but it wasn't just from like one or a few specimens of the same species. It was a bunch of different things. And I like never see that get interpreted that way, even though that's freaking what it says in the book. Anyway, like it doesn't say it explicitly, so there's a lot of license to move around there, but still. It says slaughterhouses and charnel houses. You can't get much more explicit than that. Yeah, you kind of gotta work fast, unless you have really good preservation methods or like a really good freezer. Also, a fun thing about the creature, because it was only ever called the creature in the book, except when it started calling itself Adam. It sort of gave itself a name, kind of, although not really. It just like compared itself to the Adam of Adam Mini of fame. So some people call it Adam. But yeah, that's just like a. Some fans call the creature Adam because in the book it was only ever called the creature. Poor guy was never given a name. Also, he was highly intelligent. And also very compassionate and sweet. And Victor Frankenstein was just like a crying, dramatic Victorian teenager. He was a teenager. He was in college when he created the creature. Yeah, like technically, zombies should only make sense if the person is like freshly dead, and by the time they rot, they should just be like gone. Yeah, I like the interpretation of vampires where it's like a virus or something, or like a parasite. There's also zombie stories where it's like a parasite that's controlling people and takes over their brain. And this one to just give the person an horrible thirst for blood, or like another illness that can be an illness that can be contracted. Yeah, walking skeletons are purely in the realm of like magical fantasy stuff and silliness, silly wackiness. Well, then you just gotta practice, experiment with different types of tales. Yeah, mummies are sort of a weird one. They're more old fashioned. Although I do still like the idea of people getting cursed forever by, I don't know, like trying to steal relics from tombs to sell or something. Or people desecrating sites that were once sacred to a culture to try to steal the relics out of them or something. And getting horribly cursed. Mm. Save your progress, check. I think it like was also if you're just really rich. If you're really rich, you could save up for the type of uh for that type of burial. There's like I do know that there was the whole craze in Victorian England where people would ship mummies in from Egypt and open them up at parties. It was the whole thing. Mm, mm, Ball, of course, which was wax like. Yeah, of course, are not modified. The case where shallow erection is overland, which course is placed on its left side from the position. There's the final resting place of the season. Okay. Yeah, but like, who did they do it to? Mm. Yeah, there's expensive type of burial service by letting people wash, remove everything, embalm it, mummify it. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. 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 Hmm. Specifically royal ones. Grave robbers, yeah. Okay, but you don't give an estimate. Mm. Oh, cool. Yeah, the past few years, researchers have been unearthing relics from the Saqqara site, about 12 miles from Giza. Archaeologists really uncovered nearly 300. Actually, popular mechanics is legit, so. Apparently, they're just finding hundreds more, so. So we got all these royals who have been found. These are ones that might be royalty, but they're not sure. There's a list of bog bodies. Awesome. Yep, just constantly being out of date. Okay, priests, priestesses, nursemaids, nobles, and if they were commoners, that doesn't call it wrong. Hello, the cult of the god man, right. Okay. I'm guessing the ones who were commoners and not nobility just saved up a lot? Because I know it was supposed to be like the best service you could get. So apparently there's been hundreds. But goddamn. Ba. Okay, no, it's still working. But I absolutely did get royalty, but also really rich people who were able to afford it, and like priests and priestesses and stuff like that. And commoners who were able to afford it. Yeah, pretty much mostly important people. I think if they were rich enough, their slaves might have been buried with them, whether or not they'd already died. Yeah. Why do I keep sloping everything to the side? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, my back hurts. Come on. I'm gonna see if I can get the cat to come inside, because the only reason I'm not already laying down was because the cat ran outside again. We gotta bring her in before I go to bed, so she's gonna get trapped outside in the freezing weather all night. Stupid little beast. Okay, just cement. I got the cat to come in, and then also fed the cats. I went to the restroom and moved my laptop to my bed so I could be comfy. But since I was out of my... Oh, damn it, I have to take my compression socks off. Mm-hmm. Regular socks back on. Okay, I got a re-burrito. There we go. Agreed. Remember, it's always totally fine to take multiple shots or do multiple thumbnail sketches of a pose. Sometimes that can help quite a lot, especially if you're working with something as dynamic as a mermaid. I was like, you could get going like that, you could do the seated pose, do some sort of a crazy twisty thing. So many ways to go. Man, I want to draw mermaids too. Mermaids are one of my favorite things to draw. Oh man. Hope you get it at some point. Maybe it'll be on sale or something. How big am I making those? Oh man. If you guys celebrate Christmas, you could always do the hey, Christmas is coming up, here's my wish list. Specifically my game wish list. Yeah. That would also be cool. I still have to dye my Laguna, or I might just paint her. Because if I want him to dye, I would have to lighten the color first. But I got a Laguna just so I can make her light blue again. I think the pink looks bad. I also have my OG Laguna, who I covered in tattoos a long time ago, but I want to give her more tattoos. And also, I'm going to change her hair. No, that's good. He got used to it. I can't. Because I think if they were going to go for a color other than blue for her, they could have gone with, like. And if they wanted to avoid green, which is the other obvious sea monster color, they could have gone with, like, purple. Because blue, green, and purple are, like, currently, like, the modern mermaid aesthetic. Yeah, it's cool that she's Latina. It is a weird switch from her being Australian to very suddenly being Latina, but that's cool. I wonder if anyone's done like an Aborigine version of Laguna because she has light curly hair, and like don't the Aborigines of Australia have light curly hair? But they're dark skinned. Cool if someone did a version of that for her. You know, like the earlier one, not the recent one, because it'd be weird to do that. I'm sweet and I'm spicy. She has an intro song. But yeah, as a lover of marine life and fish and all sorts of aquatic creatures, I don't think a fish has to be pink to be cute. So, also she comes with this little, like, this very little round faced fish with, like, really creepy, overly done human eyes and, like, little fins that look like cat ears coming out of the top of its head. So I cut off the ears because those look bad and stupid, and I'm gonna repaint the fish to look more like a fish face. Everything else about it is good. It's a very cute little goldfish. But why do they think fish have to be pink and have cat ears to be cute? It's so unoriginal. And it's like, I'm sorry if fish aren't cute enough for you. Me getting all defensive just because I think fish are already cute. Mm. The Lagoon also has really cute accessories. I like how they have like food, and she comes with like a bag of kelp chips and like a really cute little. They all have like little water bottles, and she also comes with a little carton of goldfish. Huh? Okay. Mm-mm. Lagoonana. I before I forget, I gotta like look those up in another tab. One of my many tabs. I was doing so good at not having like 50 tabs open. What are all these? Okay, these look like them. Sweet, thanks for the recommendation. I'll check those out later. Unless you'd like me to watch any of them specifically while doodling, then I can change the windows around. They look super cheesy. I always like how corny the whole like Monster High series is. It's just really fun and cute. Man, I'm also thinking like it'd be cool to look up like tropical fish species around Latin America and see if I could like give my doll some markings from one of the species there. Because there are fish with beautiful markings and colors and shimmer to them, which I know that they wouldn't put that much effort into a paint or dye job for a doll, but I can do that because I'm a doll modder. Huh, cool. I will watch all of them. Mm. Actually, sounds like a good idea. I'll pull that up real quick. My hand is getting cold and it's getting hard to draw again. Turn off that in the background. Put the sound on. Mm. Oh, there's a bunch of disco balls. Okay, I love disco balls. I prove that. Candy?
Hola, hola, my name is Laguna, and my story begins in Honduras. My mom's a monster that lives in the sea.
Got a
I guess
cute
no need
voice.
to be afraid of me, cause I'm cute and I'm fierce, romantic and feisty. I'm a chili mango, I'm sweet and I'm spicy. There's a side of me you don't wanna
Chili
meet.
mango.
Soy una fiera with razor sharp teeth. I'm the perfect mix of sweet and sour. I feel vulnerable, but I have power. I know what's in my
She should have sharp
destiny.
teeth all the time. I
Yeah,
think that would
there's
be
two
cute.
ways for me. Like the end of the rainbow. Once I find it, I won't let go. I don't bite or just nibble a little. Like a piraña. I'm Laguna, na na na, nueva luz de la luna, na na na. I'm Laguna, na na na.
Okay, I guess the spiky teeth are just like a fun gag thing.
I'm Laguna, na na na, nueva luz de la luna, na na na. I'm Laguna, na na.
Le gusta Laguna.
There's no better place for me than the water.
She did a little flamenco hands.
Superpowers. I can talk to every creature in the ocean. Test me and watch how I go full sea monster. My whole life's like a telenovela. I'm lucky to have all my friends from La Escuela. My bestie cool, they can't be any cuter. We're always going on
The
great
Spanglish is real.
when I'm swimming,
Rocking it.
I'm flying. Haven't found love, but I'm
Absolutely blending the languages.
it's my destiny. My happy ever after waits for
The animation style is definitely interesting. Because it's like stop motion style, but I'm pretty sure the 3D models. Those people must not live anywhere near where I live. Like, when I mentioned Spanglish, that wasn't like a joke against it or anything. It's like an appreciation. It's really common to hear people here mixing words. It's also common in like Latin pop and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely stop motion vibes. That face there is really funny. There's a Cleo one. I'm gonna like keep going back to the search just so they're easier for me to find. I'm still warming up my hand. Stuff here. Who? What the hell are those? Okay, I haven't caught up with My Little Pony in like a long time. Sure, I'll find out later. Why does she look so creepy right there? Mm, I think I already watched her video on this. I think. I can't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why isn't Frank? Okay, there's Frankie, so I'll check out the other ones in a little bit. My hand was able to warm up a little. All the music video promos are definitely a cute idea. what? Oh, whoops. I was thinking Claudine. I guess I did one of those things where I think I say a word, but then I actually say another word, and my brain is like, good job, you talked correctly, but then I didn't. That happens a lot. Mm, mm, come on. Mm, yeah, I like a lot about the new dolls. There's some weird design choices I'm not a huge fan of, but like Laguna being pink. It's weird. I mean, the thing is, like, it almost works, but then it like doesn't quite. It just doesn't feel like oceany enough. It just doesn't really fit her theme. I like how they gave Claudine big, chunky, dorky glasses. I think it's very cute. I also like how they've like thicker bodies and bigger hands because they're like always creepily thin before, which was, they're like monster people, so that's sort of understandable that they had really weird figures, but they're also like just really small and it made them hard to mod. And it's better to have dolls with somewhat realistic body types instead of just always making them ridiculously thin. For the kids what are influenced by that sort of thing. And the adults what are influenced by that sort of thing. And the teens. Oh my god, the idiots I saw in like the I love that she keeps her organs in jars. You can snap the hands off though. Well, not snap them off, but you can take the peg out. I had to do that even with earlier Monster High dolls, because their hands are usually doing like some cute little motion, and you couldn't get their sleeves on, so you just have to remove them from the wrist and then try not to lose the damn things. It should be really easy to snap the hands out. They're also a lot sturdier than they used to be. Good night. And even then, they're pretty sturdy because they're not a completely rigid plastic, so it's hard to break them. Just like the hands are usually made out of sort of a bit of a softer plastic, so that they like when you pull the pegs out and stuff like that, you can just put them back on. You should also be able to remove the forearms from the upper arms. And I know you can also remove the upper torso at the chest joint, uh, and I think also remove the legs at the hip joint. But you have to like soak the doll in boiling water to be able to do that. I mean, I don't know why you would if you don't plan on modifying them, but I have the freaking Cleo song stuck in my head now. Mm, heck. Oh, at least it gave you, I don't know, something fun to think about. Mm, oh, I forgot. I was gonna. I have to add Pocket Watch. Mm, securely in there, but sticking out a little bit. Just that. Mm, woo! Getting stuff done. Today I was able to get some progress done on another project. Send an email I'd been trying to remember to send for days. Clean up my desk a little bit. Uh, I'll work on this, I guess. Yeah, progress. Oh, wait, yeah, it had chains on it. Fuck. Okay, mm, Mm. Oof. That must have been scary. I forgot you were playing K-Story. I should have checked in earlier. The Mimigas are so cute. Really good fantasy species. Oh, did I close? Oh, I did close my music. Okay. Yeah, the art style does like lack of noses really well. Like, no noses is like a common cutesy theme, but sometimes it just feels like there's no noses because that's like they're trying to be cute, but that one feels like a good cohesive style. Mm. Now, the character's like exactly the same on the other side, save for the sign, so I'm just gonna copy that. I think I remember Misery, yeah. I played that game so long ago. I remember when I first played it, it was just like this weird kind of obscure game that one of my like one of my friends who's just sort of into finding out about stuff like that, found out about it on some like forum. And it was like there's just one guy working on this for like years. Isn't that crazy? Why does that look too big? Hmm. That's just the undersketch, and I'll have to line it later. So, but like then later, like years later, I would see it like released for official game consoles and stuff and on Steam and all that. And I was like, Cave Story? I got like weirdly proud of it. You know, and it's like I have had absolutely nothing to do with the production of this game, but I knew about it before it got big, and it got big, and I'm weirdly proud of it. Correct, Toroko, Toroko. Which one was that? I'm bad with names. Oh yeah, was that the one that like turned into a monster after? Wait. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah, that one. The really sad one. Yeah. Okay. It's getting cold again already. Let me ooh, posture check for anyone who is sitting on their leg really weird. I don't know if the creator of Cave Story wore glasses while making the game or wears glasses. I don't know. I'm saying past tense. I'm pretty sure are still alive. I'm just imagining, you know, like a shadowy anime figure. You know, the classic. Fuck. Son of holding their hands together in front of their monitor, face in shadow. But like yeah, they're gleaming. And it's like, ho. Is that what you thought would happen? That nothing bad would happen at all? Well, you would be wrong. Like, game dev Sama, why would you do this to us? I'll just change that later. Okay. Mm, I really don't want to work on. I don't want to work on lining that right now. But I kind of do want to work on lining these for some reason. Oh geez. I don't think I know who Mad Dog is. I'm assuming another streamer, but heck. No, stay. Back lines. Oh, cool. One of them streamer mutuals. Oh yeah, I wanted to make this bigger. Neat. Hope this is an okay size. Alright. So it's gonna need to be thicker. Sometimes drawing objects can be really nice. Simpler rules to follow than people or animals usually. Oh, hey, Burfy. Mm. Oh, I'm working on. I was working on this this character sheet sort of turnaround of an outfit for a friend who wants yet another character design commission for a D&D character. I realized I made the hips a bit too wide there. Let me fix that sort of. Just sort of. And I was taking a break from this to work on something else. Because I didn't feel like lining this yet. That's more consistent. But I felt like working on this. Which is, every once in a while I do pride variants, which is where you just, like, make an image and then color it themed on various queer pride flags. It's a very fun way to experiment with using colors, and also a fun way to try to do designs in general. Because you have to kind of base it around the idea that you're going to make it a bunch of different colors. This one's gonna be pens and pencils and stuff in a pencil case. Based on the number of like lines and colors in the flag, I can change up the amount of pens and pencils. And possibly also give the bags different designs. I'm hoping it will be fun. I'm not gonna worry about making it super crisp or realistic or anything, because it's the concept that matters. And I like my designs like this to be a little bit more illustrative, so I'm not trying to. Mostly I'm just trying to justify how wobbly uh, these zipper teeth are. Hmm? Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's a really fun challenge coming up with designs based on like color palettes. I want it to like to go up here. Just winging it. Kind of looking like teeth in a few places, but that's fine. I'm pretty sure they're called teeth anyway. Mm. Eh. Zippers are hard to draw. Why did I make myself draw a zipper? Well, it's mostly going to be covered up with the pens and pencils anyway. Cool. If you're on later, I'll try to lurk on you. Oh. Forgot I had everything on a different layer, because of course I need to have them on different layers. Sometimes you just gotta sort of, even if it doesn't turn out looking great, as long as it somewhat reads as the thing you were going for, that's good. You just gotta sort of do it in whatever style or sort of style compromise where you just sort of go, close enough that like works for you. Yeah, sometimes you just really want something in a drawing, and you gotta not be all like, I don't want to draw that, it's hard. It's like, freaking just try to draw it. Maybe you'll find an easier way to draw it. Or maybe it'll be really difficult and you won't like the result at all, but you'll have tried. And then try again with a different technique. I think that zipper looks okay. Yeah, I'm like, drawing the same character and over is only something I can do if I'm drawing them like in the same day. Like this character, I'm already have a hard time keeping consistent. Even just turning to the side, her face is looking kind of different. Oh, it might be because I made the eyes sort of slope down too much, I think. I don't know. Because I'm making everything about this character kind of square, kind of rectangular. That one got a little blurry because I copy pasted it. Close enough. Yeah, keeping proportions consistent can also be really hard. Especially in things like comics, which are very ambitious to have so many characters in. And a face with no back. Sharpen their lines. Second, I was thinking like maybe I should think of more types of pens to put in here, but then I was like, nah. If I need more lines in the palette, I can just repeat things. I could just make like a few different colored pencils and gel pens and stuff like that. I've already drawn 6 different types of writing implements. It's fine. I'm rubbing my hand to try to keep it from freezing fucking solid. Well, I'm exaggerating. It's not that cold, but it is gold. That for now. Oh yeah, I was watching these. I'm gonna watch another one of these while I let my pen charge and my hand warm up. Because I like the series, so.
Come on, Watsy.
All the
Follow
dolls, at
me.
least.
Yeah. You might find this song a little shocking. Brainiac, bionic limbs. I may be sweet and all, but you know I'm the monster you like, yeah. Preppy cool, new to school, trying to learn all these.
I like how they have kind of like a raspy voice. And the prosthetic limb is really cute. Extremely cheesy. Okay, so all the arms can come apart this time. Yeah, the Monster High series is very much like cute girls as the daughters of various movie monsters.
Whoa, what's that?
That's a burrito, Frankie.
Cool.
Earlier I went on a whole ass rant about the creature and I won't do it again, but like I have thoughts on designs. But also being a big fan of anime, anything can be a cute girl. A Universal Cinematic Universe? Does Frankie have like lightning powers now? Were they trying to make like an interconnected series with all that? Okay, so hers, this are hers, this are hers, and then the only two I haven't seen are Draculaura's and Claudine's. So I'll save those for a bit. 'Cause she looks so creepy right there. Why are her eyes like that? Ah. Hmm. I mean, mm, yeah, like Gen 1 Frankie had, generally their power is like, detaching limbs and they can like go do stuff. They all have things called freaky flaws. Uh, and they can like do different things. It's an extremely corny series. But apparently now we got lightning power, so that's pretty fun. Yeah, they recently released, because Monster High Gen 1 and 2 or whatever, was Gen 2 when they really dumbed down the dolls? Because, yeah, okay, Monster High Gen 1 was a really popular series of fashion dolls. Extremely modifiable, so the art doll community got super into them. But then they like kind of dumbed down the series after a while and made them less posable with worse joints and worse construction and just like really boring looking. And then recently they released Gen 3, where they have like new designs and the dolls have new, like slightly more realistic body types, which is cool because they used to just kind of be like, just like really, really thin and willowy, just like weird. Still really fun to mod, still pretty high quality for dolls that you could get for like 20 bucks at the store. But yeah, they released them and they have new clothes and they're coming out with like a new series for it. It was like a whole animated series. They're made by Mattel, so but like they're based on like each one is supposed to be like the daughter of a classic movie monster. So you have, the daughter of Dracula, her name is Draculaura. You got the daughter of the werewolf. You got you know, creature from the Black Lagoon, the mummy, Frankenstein's monster. We've got like a zombie. Got basically one who's just like a cat girl. We've got a Medusa. There's a bunch of really fun ones. Hmm? What's villainous again? Or is that just like the? Is that like a whole? Is that like the Disney thing or? Cause like man, when was Monster High released? It was released like. I'm missing all of the keys. It's definitely not new. Monster High's been around for a long time. Okay, yeah, it came out in 2010. So it's been out for like 12 years. And there's been a lot of crazy changes to the series over that time. And yeah, they recently released the dolls. Collectors have been crazy about these things. See, the old ones are very sort of spindly, and they're all kind of severe looking. I still love them. Some of them are extremely collectible, and doll modders freaking love these things, including me. They're extremely customizable. really easy to paint and reroute and take them apart and add things to them and stuff like that. And there's a whole bunch. And yeah, after a while they stopped releasing the original sort of release of the dolls, and people missed them for a long time. And so with this new Gen 3 thing, with their cool redesigns and stuff like that, people, well, not everyone thinks they're cool. I don't know, I think they're pretty fun. People are like freaking out over them again. Mm, and I think they did some really cool stuff with the series. But mostly I just care about the dolls. I don't pay attention to like the web series or the lore or anything. I just think turning classic movie monsters and creepy things into cute girls is like, it's just really fun. Also, they're not all girls. There are some male students. Frankie is a they now, which is really cute because they're made out of like various parts. So
배부르게 밥을
I
먹은
think that's
지가
cute.
언제더라. 기계 덩어리 팔자가 더 낫네.
What the hell is this?
지금까지 식사는 모두
Oh my god,
정량이에요.
if Skullgirls launched a doll
그 정도
series,
먹어서는
I
기운이 안
would
난단 말이야.
scream. That would be so cute. Oh. Thought I had CC on.
엔케팔린이에요. 로보토미 코퍼레이션에서 추출했던 에너지죠.
Lobotomy Corporation.
이전 엘사 말이군요. 특이점으로 에너지를 생산하는 회사라고 들었어요. 엘사가 몰락한 지금은 잔해밖에 남지 않았지만
맞아요. 그래서 지금은 구하기가 꽤 힘들어요. 하지만 메피스토펠레스는 신체에서 엔케팔린을 강제로 추출할 수 있죠. 네, 엔케팔린은 뇌와 척수신경에서만 추출돼요.
Enkephalin? Like an
특히나 생명 활동이
encephalus
있을수록
thing?
효율이 좋죠.
Okay, and
해당 부위만 먹여도
oh yeah, I'm supposed to be
되는 거예요.
charging my pen.
라디엔,
Put that back in.
피와 근육도 연료로 쓰일 수 있어요.
Mm?
엔케팔린이 시동과 추력을 위해서 필요하다면 나머지 생체 물질은 순항할 때 사용되죠.
Okay.
엔케팔린이 되도록 천천히 소모되게 하기 위한
Not
설계죠.
following at all. Sounds good.
하이브리드요.
Why is this guy's head like that? It looks really
뭐요?
cool.
파우스트는 고생하지 않는답니다.
고생은 우리가 하고 있지. 이봐, 관리자 양반 또 온다고.
Huh, cool. That's fun. God, scary Dracula. Oh, okay, so you get to be the really cool looking one. That's fun. Oh, I gotta find my power cord and plug in my laptop. I know I put it up here. There it is. So where's my hot cocoa, which went cold an hour ago? There it is. Hydration chart. Okay. Okay. forgot I can just full on put the circle up there because. Come on. Just the pencil has to go like against the blade. Mm-mm. Am I even thinking of that right? No, like the little ones. Yeah. Okay, so there is a bit of a space. Okay, because it dips down a bit. Okay, yeah. Okay. Getting progressively worse at drawing ellipses. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, they got the bolt. Okay, and that comes really close to the side. Okay, let's. Yeah, okay. There we go. Welcome back. Wib. Mm, lines on there. Go. Alright. Alright. Mm, mm, mm. Oh dang. You're gonna have so many more new emotes. Oh, cool. Is that a bit messed up so that it looks more natural? Mm. Mm. Hmm. That could be cool. Probably be able to make that work really small. Probably just take some tweaking and some make sure like that everything's gonna be visible at a small scale and on dark mode and stuff like that. Like, I'm still watching you from afar. Make the label slightly softer. Yeah, because like you'd have to prioritize the keyhole so people know what shape it is. Maybe the keyhole shape, or depending on the look you're going for, and then you have to make sure it looks like there's an eyeball in there. Which already looks really creepy. And if you want legs, it could be like, because it was fitting within a square shape of the emote, then they would have to sort of be. You could have the side here for the leggies. We're here brainstorming for things that don't even need to be brainstorming for. But yeah, it could work. You just have to make sure, like if the keyhole has like shadow behind it, except for the eyeball, and if the legs coming through are like black spider legs, then you have to make sure to either put like shiny marks around them, or put a white border around, or something. Or put like a background on it to make sure that it's visible in dark mode. I think I'll just sort of make those a slightly different color. Yeah, you can just go full on wacky colors there, do whatever you want. I just gotta do tests, look at it in tiny size a lot, and test it out on the emote tester thing that I've been told exists, where you can like preview the emote. Or you can like upload it and then see how it works. Do tests with that. Okay, I can kind of work on this now. Oh, my hand is cold again. I don't know where I put my hand warmers. Anything else I can work on without having to draw it? Did I get all the base colors on this? I got most of. I didn't finish the fucking lines. Ah. Okay, apparently I didn't finish the lines. Yeah, like, the other day I was, I can't remember why, but me and Skelby were talking about the Arizona stuff and, like, um, I don't know, it's one of those weird things where it just sort of made me go on a whole thing, but the freaking, Arizona official website has, like, a really crazy merch section. Like, I was like, I wonder if they have, like, like a shirt or something. Because I expect most companies to just have, like, a shirt. Fucking Arizona has skateboard wheels. They've got all sorts of stuff. Come on. They even have alcoholic stuff. It's fucking crazy. They have this god puffer jacket. They have things for different things. So I put together this absurd outfit board with accessories, purely out of things that I found on the official Arizona site that are covered in the cherry blossom print. Because they have a lot of things. I love the bright these are. They have a lot of things in particular that are covered in the cherry blossom print because it's like one of their most recognizable things. And it's just really funny to me the amount of honestly kind of cool looking stuff they have. Look at this freaking hat. And they got skateboard stuff. I do wish they had the cherry blossom lighter, but they don't have that. Frickin' notebook, pencils, themed nail polish. They have a goddamn puzzle, like a vaporwave puzzle. They have goddamn air fresheners. Catch-all ceramic plates. Goddamn plush pillows of cans of Arizona. You can get fucking swimsuits and beach towels. You can get a fucking pool float that looks like the Arizona. It's just really funny to me, uh, the amount of stuff they have in here. Cause like, I really like Arizona iced tea. Quote unquote iced tea. There's iced tea and then there's Arizona's. But it's like, Jesus Christ. But anyway, yeah, I thought it would be really funny to draw someone wearing all of this. Um, so that's what I did. Frick, okay. I don't know what the inside of the puffer jacket looks like, so I'm gonna make it pink. Um, I've been color sampling directly from the images. Goddamn Arizona sports bra. Heck, that sucks. Good that it came back on at least. Mm-mm. Okay, fill in most of the flat colors, and I realize I've doomed myself to either, like... No, I don't think it would be too hard to hand draw. I just have to put some, like, black branches, and then put various cherry blossom shapes, and then put the little black dots in there. Make the pink, like, two different sort of colors. Yes, I would like to see it. I'm still warming up my hand and letting my pen charge. And I already put some of the paint on the nails. Oh yeah, I forgot to draw nails on that side. Work on that. Don't know why you'd wear a puffer jacket with a sports bra, but you know what? Fashion doesn't have to make sense all the time.
When is too much too much? To find out, we crammed everything into Super Mario
Jesus.
World 2 Yoshi's Island. 60 more levels, massive enemies, huge Yoshi tricks, all served up with the latest graphic technology, Morphmation. No more. Sure you don't have room for another little bonus level? Super Mario World 2, only on the Super NES. Still the big one.
Ew. Yeah, it's really gross. Huh, I gotta add this to my watch laters. Disgusting. Thank you for sharing. I hate it. Just awful. I think there was like a Monty Python? I don't know if it was with them, but there's this really gross skit that was basically the same thing where a guy was like eating a disgusting amount of food, and then of course it was like, oh, look at how fat and gross this guy is. That was basically the whole joke, that he was fat and gross. So I didn't really like it, but then the waiter is like, are you sure you wouldn't like one small little bite left or something? And so the guy takes the one last little bite and then explodes everywhere, just like that, and it's gross. Feel free to link it. I'm so sorry, Snake. Yeah, your power came back. Your power went out, and then when it came back just to spite you, it came back in time for that. Your electricity hates you.
Hey, little buddy, want a ride? Yeah, whatever. I'll be right back.
What?
Can you catch all 150 Pokemon? Yeah, on your Game Boy, that's where. Pokemon for Game Boy is here. With both packs, you can catch them all. Games and systems sold.
What the fuck? Oh, hold on. torturing my friends. What the hell? Because it's just like, I mean, it's a very interesting way to show a whole bunch of Pokemon being compressed into a little game console, but also, what the fuck? I think it was just like the manner of the bus driver that made it creepy, because he seemed like he was a little too happy to smoosh them all. He was like, oh, I'm gonna get them all right. It's just like, Jesus Christ, dude. I don't want to think about the Yoshi's Island one. I don't want to inflict that upon my friends. I like to torture my friends, but not that much, Jesus. What if they're eating something when they see it? It does explain some things about your sense of humor. My friend Ro has a very similar sense of humor, but I think I don't know how gross your sense of humor gets, but she absolutely loves really nasty, gross out stuff and loves laughing at horrible things, like seeing a bunch of Pokemon crushed to death uh, in a bus. She would think that was like the funniest thing, probably. I don't know if she wouldn't really get it because she doesn't know much about Pokemon, but if she did think it was funny, she would think it was the funniest goddamn thing in the world. She also still watches. She has like a full DVD set of things like Rocko's Modern Life, and was a fan of like Foamy the Squirrel and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm playing one. I think I'm on like I've got to be in like the end of the game because I'm all brain mixed up with Coach Oleander, and I'm fighting Raz's dad in the meat circus and having an absolutely horrible time with it. I hate the level. It sucks. I mean, there's some very fun story and character stuff going on, and I like the aesthetic of it being a meat castle. Um, but I really hate a lot of the level design choices, causing me a lot of pain. Yeah, interesting character stuff in there, but Jesus Christ, they hate me. They hate me specifically, and the bad controls I am working with. Even if I was working with like really good controls and not literally my keyboard trackpad and keyboard, um, like my laptop trackpad and keyboard, I think I would still be suffering. Because like the part where young Oleander is trying to rescue the rabbit, and he's going higher and higher, and you have to catch up to him, was really annoying because I had to like learn where I was going. Because it just shows him going up to a higher area, but doesn't necessarily show you how he got up there, where everything goes. And so I had to die multiple times trying to figure out where the hell he went, because he would get killed to death by the horrifying meat dogs before I could get to him. And now I'm fighting Raz's dad, and I have to do a huge vertical jumping quest. which was already annoying when I had to climb to the top of the insane asylum. So it's like, really, 2 big vertical jump quests in a row, and this one, if you fall, you die and have to start all over again. Great, lovely idea, hate it. I do still really like the game, though, despite the extremely frustrating parts. There's a lot of really cool experimental stuff going on. Yeah, Psychonauts looks and is really fucking weird. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, the part I had to like tilt out on, soft rage quit, mostly just because it was already 2 hours and I only streamed for like 2 hours at a time. Totally my reason there was it's the part where there's like uh these things and the water is rising and the mental version of Raz's dad is in the middle and he's like throwing fireballs at you and there's fire and you have to jump between these floating things. Jumping and turning around to catch on to the next one is proving to be really hard. Just for me, with the way the camera angles swivel around and the way it doesn't always register that I'm doing a double jump, and it's just like, is jumping between the floating cage things? I hate it. I even went to like look up a video of someone playing on the same level to see if they did anything special, but no, they just did what I was trying to do, which was jump and glide to the next thing. Um, yeah, I did really like I can't remember his name, but the artist with all the dogs, the dogs playing poker and the bull Elodio. That one was really pretty and also just cool. I thought I think her name is Gloria, the theater lady. I thought hers was actually pretty funny. Um, I actually really liked Mia's, where you learn how to levitate and you get the bouncy powers and you get to go bouncing everywhere. That one did have some annoying parts in it, like where I kept falling down all the time that one time. But I really liked the giant racetrack where you're rolling around in your little ball and you dodge stuff and go through the tubes. That was really fun. Also, the 70s disco vibe was really fun. And Boyd's was really cool too, although it gave me vertigo and I got a headache and had to. Yeah, I want to play Bugsnax. I wanted to play that since it was like announced or like promoed forever ago. I know it actually came out somewhat recently. Still interested in it. Hmm. It sort of needs to go in like that. Cause I gave her, okay, yeah, the lapels square out, but they taper up to where they go around the neck. Huh, cool. That's neat. All I know about the characters is that they look like really funny puppet people, and that I've already seen ship art of them. Nothing explicit, thank fuck, but like them like hugging and stuff. Which is really funny because they look like silly like freaking like puppet people. It's yeah, all I know about bug snacks and the thing that got me into it is the cute character designs of the bugs who are also snacks and the vague idea that there's something creepy going on. It's one of those ones where it's like, yeah, everything is cute. They're bugs that are also snacks. How wholesome and funny. Uh, and then I think it turns out that there's like something really fucked up going on. Yeah. Oh yeah. And Borderlands is really fun. I really like Borderlands. I haven't played I haven't played three. Wait, it's three, right? Yeah, yeah. Because there was Borderlands, Borderlands 2, and then Borderlands the pre-sequel, and then there was three. I haven't played the latest one that came out. Right? Mm. Like it turns out, that you can be gay and also not just like some cute teenager. Cute teenagers are overplayed. Pop culture. The only anime I know. Huh? I don't know if I know that one. The only anime I know with pop in the title is Pop Team Epic. Papu Tepu Piku. Which I haven't watched all of, but it's very fun. Oh, okay, yeah. Ah, alright, yeah. Okay, now I know what I think. Now that you are talking about Pop Team Epic. It's delightful. The comics are great. The anime is a joy. Mm. Okay, it's almost 2. Have I been on long enough to... Okay, I have. I've been on longer than I thought I was. What the heck? Okay, I guess I can try to put the lines on this one pose and the turnaround, and then I get to go to bed. How did I make one arm so much farther away from the torso? Because from here they kind of look equal. Well, okay, they were never equal. Art hack that I never do. Horizontally flip your canvas every once in a while. Something that I should do more often to help avoid awkward proportional mistakes. If you're drawing traditionally, something you can do is flip it upside down. Thanks, I hate it. Man, I miss like 90s cartoons or like 90s ads where everything was just fucking weird. But yeah, Gunai. I'm actually just gonna leave this like half lined because my arm is getting cold and tired. It's giving me problems. My mouse, I'm gonna need to redo that. Okay. Okay. I didn't change this, but it's still saved. Okay, good. Work on that later. Work on this later. I kind of want to keep working on it, but like I'm just... My arms are getting cold and I gotta go to bed. Ugh. Okay, if anyone else is still there, do another posture check, do a hydration, do a stretch. All of those, you have to do all of those. Optional step, save your progress if you're working on something where you gotta save your progress. Don't forget your meds. Maybe pet an animal. Can't remember it in my own goddamn things. Okay, good night.